Just a general sense about Pirates season so far.
So when it comes to the Pirates season, I think they've had an impressive season when you consider that they've continued in terms of titles as well. It's good to see the consistency and also the close. I think contest between them and Sundowns. Sundowns having dominated, but I think Pirates have done well in terms of closing that gap as well, giving them a bit of competition. It looks good for them going forward. I think there is still a chance for them, as chasers as well to get this. I think it will make it interesting in the last 5-6 games. To see how that goes. But I think with the coach Riveiro as well, who has done well for the club, it's good to see the Pirates enjoying that form and momentum as well carrying them. So, yeah, it's been a good season for them.
When the Sundowns have at times shown vulnerability,
yeah.
You think Pirates maybe can take advantage of this and maybe push them in the league? See, maybe we can see Pirates maybe winning the league this season is highly possible.
I like the fact that you pointed that out because I have also picked that up in terms of looking at Sundowns this season. They haven't been the same. They haven't been on gear number 6, so to speak. We've seen that the vulnerabilities as well being exploited. I've said this so many times, and that Sundowns, especially when you go wide, dealing with crosses, I think they've been found wanting, and I think teams are getting to understand that and exploiting those weaknesses as well. So, but more than anything, I don't think Sundowns have reached the level that they would have, if they're honest. I also think they haven't reached that level, but it's understandable. Teams understand how they play. I mean, they've been so dominant for so long. Obviously, teams will understand how they play. We'll get to see, obviously play and analyze it's difficult. It's difficult when you're a team like Sundowns. You have to keep the standard high, unfortunately for them.
You just mentioned now about the season that was end, and also mentioned coaching. Just your thoughts on this departure.
Well, it's. I wish I knew the reason for that. I mean, and strange enough, or interesting enough, is that we also in my era, I remember we had won the treble, the double, and Kroll left when he was on a high. And the same happens again with Riveiro. So, that makes it interesting. But I'm not sure the real reason of it. But I hope that, it's something that probably out of his control. But yeah, he's done well for the club. I think sometimes it's better living on a high. But I would have wanted to see him carry on with the club. Maybe also leading them to a league title. I think he seemed to be the man to do it. So whoever comes in, I think that will be undoubtedly the mandate for the new coach coming in.
Tell me, one of the things that's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, between the Pirates and Chiefs, is playing Soweto derbies back to back. I mean, you guys have to spend a lot of time talking about how tough it is to play this season. You play 2 successive weekends. To mentally, physically, I'm sure you feel for these guys now to say, hey, it's going to be something.
Yeah. So if you thought the derby was pressure, now this is double the pressure. And you mentioned something important. Mentally, it's not just physical, but it's also mental because you have to deal with other aspects outside of just the ongoings on the pitch, the output on the pitch. You have to deal with what's around you, the pressure, the build-up. We spoke about how big the day is building up to the derby. Now, imagine that double when that happens, double the time. Now, I think that's what comes with the derby. Hopefully, the players will have that magnitude to handle the pressure, the capacity to handle that pressure that comes with playing the derby double. But look, it's also double the excitement, I think, for the players, for the fans as well. You spoke about inclusiveness. I think it's a treat for them. So it depends how you look at it, but either way, I think it's good for the country.
Just instead of 46, you can go ahead.
I'm just saying, before the two derbies, of course, there's the big one as well. Two consecutive CAFCL games. First leg is on Saturday, second leg is the other weekend. Do you think the mighty mechanism, what it takes to bring it home?
Look, when it comes to obviously the challenges they face in the Champions League as well coming up, the derby, it doesn't get any better or any tougher for that matter. But look, professionals, of course, they are the players. As a player, I want to play all the time. You know, and I would assume and I would think that that's what players want to do. Yes, physically it might be demanding, it might be, you know, taxing on the players. But I think for me, it's more about what comes with also the challenge, what comes with the pressure, what comes with expectations as well. That's what players should expect. The club should expect as well. You know, this is what comes with the pressure. This is what comes with achieving more. Sundowns have been doing it, so I don't see why the Buccaneers should complain as well.
I remember what I wanted to say. Again, the club has came up with this thing about the final dance for the coach. There's still 3 competitions to play for. It will be really a bad thing if I don't understand, but if they were to lose all these competitions, if they were to be down out of there, they don't win the band, they don't win the Champions League, they don't win the league. The pressure that this may put on the players to say, hey, we have to win something for the coach. That may be a tricky thing to navigate for the players.
Yeah, I mean it's a good gesture, but then the question becomes the reality of it. You know, how the capacity, the pressure that comes with it as well. Do you have it in you to actually, you know, physically and mentally to take it all the way, to win all the cups? And also, you don't want to put pressure on yourself, that kind of pressure on yourself. But the gesture, I think it's something that would obviously be ideal and would be nice for the coach as a send-off maybe. But it doesn't, unfortunately, it doesn't depend on you as players. You have teams that will also obviously want to win it. But I think, you know, if they want to win it, of course, if they put their minds to it, and if they want, obviously, to have a record like that, I think it would be a good gesture, a good send-off for the coach. Maybe something to say, thank you. They have it in them. I mean, they've been winning, and that talking about the momentum that Pirates has had, the confidence, and just the level, the standard of the game. I think they've raised it above, you know, what we've come accustomed to. So yeah, I think it's something that would be nice for the coach as well.
Okay. Just one. Mbokazi is the top of town.
Hey.
Very well.
Yeah.
You were once in a similar situation as a incoming youngster we were talking about.
Yeah.
If you were to advise the kid, there may be a lot of noise and distractions. What would be your advice to the coach?
Yeah, Mbokazi has been, you know, a player that's been much, you know, obviously talked about, and I think he's been outstanding. A soldier, you know, tough opposition. Of course, if you play against him, I think physically he's imposing. I think that's one of his strengths as well. Well, you know, the obvious one. But I've seen him play in the DDC as well, a few games, and it's good to see him, you know, in the first team. Obviously, finally making it, but not just making it, doing very well. But I think for me, it's, you know, he's got the character, but also mentally, and also just understanding that Pirates, it's not a once-off thing. You know, I know he's had a lot of men of the matches, but he needs to also monitor and understand that this is a big club. The more recognition you get, the more pressure will be on you. So for me, it's just to focus, find ways to understand that now the spectacle is on you. How do I deal with that? How do I stay focused for that matter? Because it's difficult when you play for Pirates and you have that kind of attention on you. So he needs to be well aware of that and maybe find ways to deal with that. And I think one of the things would be just aim higher. Always think I have to do better than the last game. You know, set the standard high for himself. I think he needs to focus on his game. Set the standard high all the time, because the pressure will be coming, will be on him.
Thank you.
Rita.